Hello friends, and welcome to week 14 of Hero Academy Live. Elagatua here, going to be guiding you through the Dwarves today. They are my worst squad, but that is okay. I will teach you everything I know, and hopefully you will surpass my somewhat limited skill with the Dwarves. Only got 2 squads left to talk about in the Hero Academy universe. The Dwarves, my worst, and the Tribe, my best. So look forward to the Tribe in the coming week or two. But this week we've got the Dwarves for you. So we'll be doing a lot of games with the Dwarves as much as possible, going through the units and how to think about all the matchups. Additionally, the Monkey Warlock game should definitely finish today, because he's pretty much got me checkmated. So we'll be wrapping that one up. That was kind of a marathon. I think doing a league game on stream might not be the best idea in the future, just because it takes so long to play it through. But regardless, that should be ending today, assuming he's around. So that's awesome. And without further ado, let's burn through these games real quick, and then we'll get into the dwarf strategy. Come on, there we go. So this is a really nice move on his part, because I basically can't kill the soldier this turn without sacrificing my axe thrower, which would be a problem. So what I need to do is use this crystal to block line of sight from the soldier here, and basically need to heal him. Back to full. And unfortunately, I basically am going to be sacking one of my shaman, and there's just nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I need to think about, and I don't think there's any way that I can avoid sacking one of them, unfortunately. And that's pretty much checkmate, because with only one shaman left for me, he can basically, I'll like put my last shaman behind behind the crystal here, but he'll be able to run in and stack units slowly until he brings them down, and then I won't be able to do anything. So I think he's managed to survive just long enough with this last medic to bring me down. Because you can see I can't actually heal the axe thrower and KO the soldier. Otherwise, you know, potentially I could have a chance. Like with 2 shamans and an axe thrower, if I were to kill the soldier, it's entirely possible that I might be able to pull something out. If I were to like down to 2 shamans against, and I was able to like sack the axe thrower for the medic, then it's conceivable, but with 1 shaman, I just don't think it's possible. Yeah, so just like next move, he'll go here, and then he'll hit my shaman 3 times, and then he'll stomp, and he'll probably just hit this shaman as well to get the damage on him. I wonder if there's probably like no way I can prevent that from happening. Unfortunately, I have to heal this axe thrower up to full, otherwise 2 hits from the soldier will be able to stomp him, and no matter where I move the axe thrower, he wouldn't be safe. The only thing I could think of was like maybe if I sack like the axe thrower. And take the soldier out, whether that would work, but I just don't see it happening. Although, frankly, playing it the other way is kind of foolish, because that's just giving up. But I want to make sure that this is suicidal as well. So you'd have to move the medic up 2 squares, heal, and then he'd be able to KO a shaman. Oh, I like this. Okay, so if he comes up and he heals and then he KOs this shaman, I can actually kill, stomp with this shaman, move up, and then heal this shaman from the attack tile, which is cute. It's the only move I've got. I've got to go with it. There's nothing better that's going to happen from this. And who knows, if he leaves the soldier dead, then maybe somehow there'll be some combination that can like chip away at his medic or something. But probably not. Without the axe thrower, I just don't think it's going to happen. Especially with 2 engineers. He's going to be able to use these engineers and the sniper. He shouldn't have any problem. There might be some dancing going on, but with the spy, like... The spy's the kicker, because there's like nowhere that I can put my back against the wall on this map. And so I'll just never be able to advance out. So if you were like put a sniper like on this tile or something like that, then what could I really do against that? Alright, let's keep going. Barak, my friend, you keep killing this monk. I can heal it back to full faster than you can kill him. I will just keep doing this. And keep getting 2 free moves off while your board sits undeveloped. Like, this game is almost already over and nothing's happened. It's unfortunate. I get my shadow out. Like, you can kill units, but if they can heal them up more efficiently than you can kill them, you're never gonna get anywhere. Because slowly your opponent's just gonna build up a stronger army while healing up their unit that you kill, and then you'll lose. Yeah. This game I messed up. I messed up on this one. I lost 2 shamans, so I wasn't playing very carefully. Whoops. In this game. So I'm probably gonna lose this one. Whoops. We'll get to that one. Oh my gosh, that heavy. I'm so sad. So how can this spy actually kill this knight? No. Holy crap. That's insane. Knight's OP. Alright. Oops. How many? Oh, he's only got one cleric left? What am I doing? I'm making this difficult on myself. I've only got 1 crystal here, so I had to like respect the crystal kill last turn. But he had a knight on this tile, and I just had to get rid of it. But how many respawns? Only 1. Alright, this game's over as well. I'll move this engineer up just to hold this tile, just in case like something crazy happens, but I should be fine. Oh, Kevin Spitty's on. This game has been going on for a while. Oh yeah. Alright, well, I'm not going to play this move on stream, because... it's going to require some thought on my part. The natural thing would just be to, like, sword up and kill that gunner. How many units does he have left? He's got a bunch, though. He's got two, I don't know, is that really my best move? I'm gonna see if I can get anything cute done. We'll find. I'm not convinced that I necessarily can. What if I use a second mute? Use that paladin just like freaking unstoppable. Like a 54%. I just like double meted it and it still didn't die. It's insane. Yeah. Now he doesn't have a drill. He's got a scroll. He's in a really tough spot here. I'm wondering if maybe I should spend a tidal wave. I don't know, I don't like that necessarily. I need to be efficient with these. He's got like 2 powerful units left. If I just like brought everything close, it was like this. Oh, maybe, maybe. That might be a possibility. If I take out this paladin, then, like, what's he gonna do? That might be the move. It's a big investment on my part, but... I don't know if there's any way I could be cuter with it. I think this is probably the max I can get out of it. Is there any way I can avoid using a second lead? No, it doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. 1, 2... Yeah, that's not as cool. That's a pretty crazy move. But it gets a lot done. He's only at 1 beer left. There's no way you can save both this paladin and this grenadier. And he's got to deal with this chieftain. I just don't think he can deal with this move. With the warrior here. I like this. Well, that was a bold move. That was a bold move. A very, very bold move. Alright, let's get some more games going here. There are a lot of games going on right now, it's good. Last week was kind of slow. So, Dwarf versus Dwarf. Let's think about this matchup a little bit. How the heck do I play this matchup? So, in my opinion, the key to Dwarf versus Dwarf is, can you get a cheeky kill on Paladin early? That's the thing that I find most important. But on this map, if you place your Paladins on this defense tile, they get all Dwarf units get like a additional benefit for any tile that they're standing on. So this brings my Paladin up to 34% without even any upgrades. So it's going to be, this gunner isn't going to be able to touch it at all. But you want to think of your gunners in this Dwarf mirror matchup as, at least if the potential's there to like suicide a Dwarf, or suicide a gunner in, to take out a Paladin, it can be very, very valuable. Because Paladins are the glue that kind of keeps the Dwarves together. They're the best unit by far they have, and they have the aura, the defense aura that does 5% resistance to everything adjacent to it. So they're like the unit you have to keep alive above all else. So you got to make sure that you don't leave yours vulnerable, and you also need to make sure that you are looking for opportunities to get cheap kills on the other person's Paladin. Now, if the game gets too developed and there's like just so many units on the board, that might end up becoming difficult. But that's something that I'm going to be looking for in this game. We'll kind of see how this develops. So for now, I've taken a very very standard opening. I want the Grenadier on this attack tile because he's got like the biggest range, and you generally want to keep your high range units on the attack tiles, because that way anything that comes like on my side of the board here inside this little area, this Grenadier is going to be able to rain fire down on him, and it's just a strong defensive deterrent, and I'm not even going to have to upgrade him to get that benefit. Okay, so Dwarves versus Council. My draw is a little crappy. But what I'm going to do is I'm not sure if I should try doing that yet. But I want to see if I can get that tile and take control of it. Because if I can get the Grenadier on this tile and like the Paladin to back him up, then I'm gonna get so much map control that he's just gonna have a really hard time dealing with it. This is not the normal way you play Dwarves. Dwarves generally are very turtley, but if you can get a Grenadier fortified on a position like this, then you can basically just win the game, and I can take advantage of his bad draw, because you can see he doesn't have any clerics up. So I'm assuming that he didn't draw any, and so he's kind of fishing around for him. And so my response to that is, okay, I got a better draw than him, at least in terms of variety. Like, I got a Paladin out, I've got a Grenadier, I don't really have any offensive items. I mean, I got the scroll, but I don't have any swords or anything. So I can take advantage of his weakness by gaining map position and taking this important tile and forcing him to potentially spend a scroll or something that he doesn't want to try and dislodge him from that position. Good, I have another Paladin. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that one ended. Alright, more Dwarves. Dwarf, dwarf, dwarf. Okie doke. Well, isn't that just peachy? Okay, so this is a pretty crappy opening draw for Dwarves, because I have no offensive units. I need to think of how I want to play this. It's always good to have an engineer behind this crystal. See, ideally, what you want to do is you want to put a grenadier on this power boost square and then have like the paladin backing him up. But I'm worried that this heavy is just going to come up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'd be bad. I'm worried this heavy's going to come up and going to like whack my paladin in the face. And I really need to turn another card this round. Do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be safe. So I sort of get this paladin in position to get to this tile next turn. Turn 3 cards. Get my engineers out on the map. It's lame, but it's something. Hopefully I draw some units next turn. Units? There we go. Okay. All's well. All's well. So against Team Fortress, you really want to be taking advantage of your AoE. Unfortunately, on this map, you don't really have like a lot of crystals where you can bounce the AoE off the crystals and do a lot of damage to the edge units. But what you can do is, on this map that's pretty crazy, is if you're able to control both of these assault boost tiles for a turn, and then you have both drills, it will actually auto, and then you use them both on the crystal. When you use a drill on a crystal, it does like a little bit of damage to the units around it, but if you have the assault boost tiles, it actually increases the damage done to the units around the crystal. And if you have both assault boost tiles and both drills, and use them on the crystal in the same turn, it'll actually do, I think, like 440 damage to each unit around the crystal for each drill. So that's 880 damage total. And so if they are like packed around this crystal, especially if they have like both medics around here, you can basically insta-kill both medics just out of nowhere. And that can be a game ender. So that's a little, it's a little trick that you can use on maps with 2 assault boost tiles, and people almost never expect a move like that. So it's a nifty little situational trick that you can think of, especially if your opponent is like stacking a bunch of healers around the crystal. You could really just win a game with that single move if the opportunity arises. You kind of have to set up for it. Let's see, I'm gonna play Dwarves again. Okay, so this is the same map. So I've still got a little bit of a lame draw here. I'm gonna play it like this, and again, I want to get the Grenadier onto the power boost tile because that's gonna lock down the area on my side of the map. And I didn't even draw it correctly. This whole area is covered. It's like over half the map is covered just by a single Grenadier on this tile. And it just makes it really hard for your opponent to attack into you. And as Dwarves, that's what you want to do. You want to force your opponent to attack into you and just have a really solid fortress. And we'll talk in a little bit more detail later on about what exactly is a Dwarf fortress. But the name of the game is defense and patience and efficiency and really powerful stacked units. That's like the best way to play Dwarves, and I'm really bad at it because I'm way too aggressive and I'm not patient enough, unfortunately. But I will still instruct you as best I can, despite these personal shortcomings. Is this the move? Oh, Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm still so far behind. But that was glorious. That was glorious. That was such a good move. That was such a good move. Such a good move. I'm still so screwed in this game, but that was fun. I like that a lot. Holy crystal Batman. Alright. So what I want to do is I just want to get a Grenadier over here. If he wants to take this Assault Boost tile, he's going to have to deal with this Grenadier here. And it's going to be able to 4-shot the heavy, or less if I decide to use like an offensive item. So yeah, so I think I'm also going to I think moving this engineer up. I just want to get off this deploy tile because I'm going to get this gunner out from here to here next turn. And if I put my engineer here, then that'll block the square behind the gunner next turn so that it'll be safe from the spy. But really, I want to start building a fortress around this crystal. So I've got my Grenadier in good defensive position. He's shielded. I'm blocking this Assault Boost tile because he's already attacked my crystal once. So I'm like thinking like, oh, okay, so you're going to try and go for like an all-out crystal rush. So this helps me defend against that. And next turn I'll have a gunner over here in case he's going to try and get this Assault Boost tile. So just playing defensively, getting units out. Life is good. Okie doke. I don't think that will work. So I'm just going to sit in the corner. Still trying to draw my healer. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I suppose it's not theoretically impossible for me to lose this, or to win this game, but he'd have to play really stupid in order for me to win. He's got 3 shamans against my 1. Yeah, that should just be an insurmountable deficit. Alright, I like this. So, Dr. Doom is bringing out the Annihilator. The Annihilator is the chaos factor of Dwarves, so to speak. In that he just knocks all your units around, and it can get annoying. So that if it's annoying for your opponent, then that means it's good for you. So you got to keep him alive. Unfortunately, he's got 650 HP, which is as little HP as a poisoner. And putting him on this defensive tile with a shield is good, because I'm not going to have any way to kill him. And he doesn't have any paladins on the field, and so I could, like, I can't really take advantage of that right yet. Like, my units aren't in a good enough position where I can actually punish him for not having drawn a paladin yet. I'm not sure. I think that will just get my Annihilator killed and then I'll feel stupid. Yeah, it's not a good investment. That move will be there next turn. So, I'm kind of exposing my paladin here a little bit. Now, normally... Normally I'd bubble this paladin, but I think it's just a ways to move, because if this Annihilator comes up within range and attacks either of these two guys, the splash damage is going to hit the paladin, and it's just going to be silly. On the other side, if he comes in and he attacks the paladin with the Annihilator, then both of these guys are going to kind of go flying off, which might not be the worst thing for me, depending. And he's got to spend 2 moves moving up. So if he wants to play it that way, then let's roll with it and let's see how it goes. Really hoping for a drill, because I'd love to kill this Annihilator. Killing the Annihilator is really, really huge. There's such a pain, and when they, with the debuff comboed with the drill, is a great combination to take out very tough to kill units. We'll talk about that one more later on as well. Okay, so this is largely the same thing about what I did in the other game. Still haven't drawn any paladins. This is not great. So I want to keep this gunner back a little bit without sending him too far out. But I don't mind bringing this grenadier up and contesting this a little bit, but I do want to turn another card. So maybe I'll just throw the helm onto the grenadier. Because the grenadier is safe. He ain't gonna die with his shield. Now I can turn 2 cards and hopefully I'll get a paladin. But really, like, I don't have all my units out, so I can't be attacking. Just controlling my territory, drawing some more cards. You can get a paladin, so that stinks. I'm gonna have to put some more buffs on units. It's a little dicey. We'll see how it goes. One range out of the chieftain's charge. I'm pretty sure he's trying to turn cards to get the last sword out, so you can put it on the chieftain. That's so many units. Although I do have 2 like fully stacked chieftains, so that's pretty nice. There's definitely no healing. Interesting. Okay. So he's gonna buff both of these guys up. This paladin is now like in danger from this soldier of just being KO'd. But sorry, I said I was gonna move the gunner up. At this point, looking at my cards here, might be the best move. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with this gunner not being shielded. What's 390 times 2.5? 975, yeah, so he could kill this gunner with a Jurati. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the small risk of my paladin being a little vulnerable here to this soldier, because I may draw up a paladin the next turn, and if so, then my paladin will be fine. And he doesn't know what I have in my deck, so I'm going to make that slight risk there. If he were to like move up here and like sack the soldier to try and KO this paladin, that's a risky move. And he shouldn't do anything like that, because it's so risky. But he might. But, let's hope I draw him a paladin. Well, I've got both drills, so maybe I'll see if I can work myself into a situation where I can do that double drill combo on the crystal for you guys. It's such a sweet move. This is the perfect map for it, and I've got them both in my hand now. So we might give that a shot. Okay. Got 2 mates in a way. Not sure how I'm gonna be able to attack into this. Maybe I need to get this chieftain active. That's probably not a bad idea. We're just have to get the shaman out here at some point. This mark up. I'm gonna put the pressure on this chieftain. Yeah, let's see what happens. No use thinking about it too long. Let's just have some fun. It's a good excuse, right? Alright. So I think I've finally burned myself out of turns here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really quick like 3-minute break. And then when we come back, we are going to talk all about the, not the tribe units. That's right, we're going to talk about all the dwarf units, run through the squad, run through the items, and then we'll play some more games. So I'll see you back in about 3 minutes, and we'll go over the units. See you then.